So in this segment, we're going to be discussing no, the ICC is not anti-Semitic because of their actions to call for arrest warrants of not just the Hamas leader or Hamas leaders, but also not just the people who contribute to Hamas's attack on October 7th on Israel, but also Netanyahu and Gallant. So this idea that the ICC are anti-Semitic when they're going after Muslim people, does that make them Islamophobic as well?
After months and months of waiting, the International Criminal Court has finally issued arrest warrants for Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, Yoav Gallant, former Israeli Defense Minister, and Hamas commander Mohammed Daif. They're accused of serious crimes, war crimes, crimes against humanity. This is a big deal, and the Israelis are already screaming it's anti-Israel. This is anti-Semitic, which is BS for a number of reasons, but the main reason is this. When International Criminal Court Chief Prosecutor Karim Khan first requested arrest warrants, he checked with 6 legal experts who all agreed that there was a criminal case against Netanyahu. One of them was this guy, Theodore Meron, 94-year-old Jewish Holocaust survivor, former legal advisor to the Israeli Foreign Ministry, former Israeli ambassador to the United Nations. He is not anti-Semitic. He is not anti-Israel. In fact, he's a former judge on the International Criminal Tribunal for Rwanda and for Yugoslavia. The guy knows his stuff. He's a Jewish Holocaust survivor. And even he said there's a criminal case to be made against Benjamin Netanyahu.
So are they accusing this gentleman of being anti-Semitic as well? It's crazy how they throw out that term just willy-nilly. This absolute lunatic on LBC calling it anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic. Do you agree that this arrest warrant, as the Israeli government has claimed, is anti-Semitic?
Where one sees untrue allegations being advanced to an illegal, unlawful issuance of arrest warrants against the leaders of the only Jewish state, then this allegation of anti-Semitism ultimately makes its own self out.
I mean, you know, like, is she going to argue then, like, the idea that this is unfounded is completely untrue? But, you know, like, could you imagine anyone trying to argue on Hamas's side, you know, arguing that they should not face prosecution by the ICC?
Is it not possible for Israeli politicians to commit crimes against humanity, regardless of their ethnic and religious origin? They are just politicians
that's
acting in bad faith.
And I do believe you're now putting words in my mouth.
No, I'm not. I'm just wondering. I'm asking as a principle.
Well, as a principle, of course, anyone is capable. But what we have seen here is that these allegations are essentially the modern blood libel. Okay. The ancient blood libel accused Jews of killing Christian children for their blood. The modern one accuses Jewish soldiers, Israelis, of killing Palestinian children. Right. They are equally as unfounded.
It's not really true. I think this is the conflict that has the most child casualties, because that's what happens when you go bombing residential areas. Children get killed. You know, this is the most nonsensical argument, especially when we have credible evidence of Israeli soldiers in the past killing kids even. Now, on the beach, we saw credible evidence of it. So this idea is complete garbage. She should be disbarred for this nonsense, honestly.
And where a modern blood libel forms the basis of arrest warrants against Jewish leaders, and this is, of course, at the expense.
If this is the case, then, you know, surely in court they can prove this is blood libel, as you keep saying, and there'll be no problem, no? Why are you so scared of justice?
Situations of war crimes that the court has refrained from investigating, then yes, the overriding impression of that, and this is the court.
What are you mad at? You know, are you mad they didn't put out arrest warrants for Assad? You know, is that what you're saying? Like, why don't you be specific in your argument?
As a whole that has been called anti-Semitic on that basis, is that must be the reasoning and the motivation in order for this court to seek to rehabilitate itself in the public arena. Okay. But it has fundamentally been made on the basis by 3 judges who have been entirely misled by this false information in front of them.
Yeah, they've been misled by a Holocaust survivor, huh? Crazy business. Mr. Kentish?
I think there's a huge leap between saying that and saying the ICC is anti-Semitic. Because Ben, what you're saying is the ICC hasn't a problem, not with Israel or the Israeli government, but with Jews. And I've seen no evidence of that.
How many Hamas combatants do you think have died?
I have absolutely no idea, Craig.
So if you're saying, well, I think you can make very
but Craig, just
hold on 1 minute, Ben. If you can make very reasonable estimates based on the fact that Israel now have freedom of operation within the West Bank. Sorry, within the Gaza.
Within Gaza. Look, Craig, we're going to go around in circles and speculating about
What do you mean their freedom of operation? What does that have anything to do with this?
ratios and figures. Just come back on the anti-Semitism point, would you? Because it's all well and good saying the ICC is unfairly sort of treating Israel. Why do you think the ICC is anti-Semitic?
Because why else would it be picking out one specific country where the ratios are at the lowest?
I just think
I mean, we've had the highest level of child casualties, child murder. And this is what they default to. Oh, why are they picking on us? You know, we haven't done anything wrong, therefore it must be because we're Jewish. It's crazy. Could you imagine if Hamas made the same arguments? We did nothing wrong. You know, the fact you're picking on us is because we're Muslim. It's because we're Palestinian nuts. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one.